we're going to overview the Oklahoma City Thunder visiting the New Orleans Pelicans. The Thunder, first in the Western Conference standings. The Pelicans, sixth in the standings. OKC riding a 4-game winning streak. New Orleans, been wishy-washy over the last couple weeks. Win-loss, kind of alternating. And beating teams they should beat, losing to teams that, in a nutshell, are better, more talented, more deep, and better coached. These two teams matched up for the second time. The first game, the Pels were the winner, 110-106, in a game that skewed. The surface numbers in that game don't represent how the game played out. The box score is pretty much a wash if you looked at it. But in truth, the eye test would say, if you watched the full 48 minutes, you would say that, hold it, this Pelicans team was lucky, fortunate, fortuitous. All true, very true. McCollum scored 29. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander scored 20, played through an injury. And the best way to look at this matchup, in my opinion, and the way I looked at it and the way I attacked it, trying to handicap it, was that the last 2 weeks the Pels are 3-3 overall. Plus 2.2 point differential, are playing more offensive than they are defense. And if you ask anyone that's a weekend warrior, maybe a casual NBA fan, they'll tell you that the Pels are more defensive with maybe some high-profile players, such as Zion or Ingram. The truth is that the Pelicans really need a favorable matchup. They need to be playing a team that might be suffering through an injury, that do a poor job of attacking the paint and defending the paint, and are more of a perimeter team. And the teams that beat the Pelicans or give the Pelicans headaches, speed bumps, hurdles that they fail to safely cross over or jump over, those teams are exactly what Oklahoma City does defensively and offensively. New Orleans, third best offensive efficiency in the last 2 weeks. The 27th worst or best defense, depending on your perspective, efficiently. 125.2, 123 respectively. 125.2 being the offense, the 123 being the defensive efficiency rating. This team schemes to use their size as an advantage, and that's what they'll try to do tonight. That's what they did in Game 1, and they won. They won on 22 offensive rebounds from a very well-played defensive effort, defensive scheme of the Thunder. The Thunder, they filter. Listen, they're not going to give you easy points in the paint. They're not going to let you go to the rim without being contested, and they take those possessions and filter them back out to the three-point line for maybe a shot clock, the end of shot clock, desperation three, or a poor choice from inside the paint or inside the arc, and a 15-foot elbow jumper that's not really a quality shot or a high percentage shot. The 22 rebounds, offensive rebounds that the Pels grabbed in that week, that first game these two played on November 1st, were off poor, just ridiculously desperation three-pointers by McCullough and Ingram and the reserves, the second rotation of this Pels team. This game tonight falls into a category that is one of the easier handicaps for me. It has to do with scheme, coaching, players, matchups, and a label that I have for every NBA team. And we don't have time to go over those labels, but the Pelicans fall into a label where they need to be playing a team, again, either suffering from an injury, might be shorthanded, that does a poor job defending and scoring in the paint. It's the exact opposite of who OKC is and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This team isn't going to wow you with thundering dunks or shots from the midcourt logo. They're going to outwork you. They're going to outplay. They're going to outcoach you. They're going to outsmart you. Coach Dognot and his staff are absolutely brilliant when it comes to game schemes, pre-game scheme, pre-flop schemes, in-game adjustments, and playing in a situation where most think that they're playing fatigue, which would be second leg of back-to-backs, and the third game in 4 days, which is what this game is for the Thunder, a third game in 4 nights. To sum her up, and I'm not going to break everything down for you, this is a survive and thrive OKC team. They're a living, breathing collection of modern basketeers that play an archaic or take an archaic approach. They're old school. They will they're not going to give up 22 offensive rebounds. They're not going to be outscored in the paint by the Pelicans, and they're not going to be they're going to win every 50-50 ball, or they're going to die of 1,000 cuts trying. If you have a chance and you have an opportunity to watch this game tonight, watch it. And while you watch it, take the Thunder plus the points. Sprinkle a little pizza money on the money line with the Thunder plus money. And if you're like me, you're going to seek out a good price on an alternate spread. I have the Thunder plus 10 or minus 10 points, receiving plus 300. The Thunder plus the points, a little bit on the money line. And if you're feeling like I'm feeling about this game tonight, then you're going to put a little bit or find an alternate line spread. That's a nice looking plus money return on investment that you can smile as you walk across the brick and mortar sportsbook you play at or visit, and hand your ticket over and ask to be paid. Show me the money. Again, OKC plus the points tonight in the Smoothie Center. I'm Tony Finn. Thanks for dropping by. I'll see you tomorrow.